Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The rail transportation, which is considered a better substitute for air transportation because of cost and also for road transportation because of insecurity and bad road, is experiencing breakdown. Some few days ago, it was reported that the Abuja-Kaduna train was encountering issues and it has broken down. But right now, Amaechi has stepped up to apologize to Nigerians. But guess what? Nigerians are actually reacting to this because for them, it's too early for the train to start breaking down, considering the fact that our budget has escalated because of these, so-called rail line. But get to hear what Amaechi had to tell the Chinese who are actually behind this railway service. That's railway business in Nigeria. And according to the news, Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, has apologized to Nigerians for the breakdown on the Abuja-Kaduna rail locomotive, which occurred between November 18 and November 20th. The minister made the plea on Monday at the Moniya rail station during the routine inspection of the ongoing rail project in Ibadan. According to him, he said, "I want to apologize to Nigerians over what happened at the Abuja-Kaduna rail station. We now have new locomotives and we have called the Chinese because we never expected the mechanical fault at this early stage. On behalf of the federal government, the ministry and the Nigerian Railway Corporation, we apologize to Nigerians and I have instructed the NRC to fix it or invite the Chinese. If this is happening now, then they should bring back our old locomotive. It will just affect turnaround time because we get the new locomotive to increase the turnaround time," he said. Amaechi called for an increase in the pace of work by the China Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC, adding that COVID-19 pandemic was no longer an excuse. The minister said although the CCECC were doing well, they need to increase their pace to enable the minister to deliver the project on schedule. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation, Mrs. Ajani, said there was a significant improvement in the ongoing work from what it was in October. Ajani said the ministry was not shifting their date of the commissioning but would rather put more pressure on the CCECC to enable them to achieve the target. She explained the need for Lagos to have standard gauge train due to the population, adding that in less than 1.5 hours that the train would move from Lagos to Ibadan. Ajani said that the establishment of the standard gauge railway would also decongest both the road transportation and movement of cargoes from the ports, which people living in Ibadan could come and work in Lagos on a daily basis. The managing director, Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Ohiria, said there was an improvement in the construction output by the contractors, adding hopefully by December some of the stations will be completed. We also need to have more stations so that passengers will not need to wait for the train to leave Ebuta-Emeta station before getting to Agege station, which means that the two trains can be in a section. This can be done with the help of signal and communication. Hence, trains should be able to communicate with train as well as stations should be able to communicate with stations simultaneously. The delay in the rail construction along Apapa Port Corridor is due to the Owando pipeline along Apapa Corridor. He disclosed that the train would start operating from Lagos to Moniya in Ibadan, by December 7. According to Ohiria, 24 coaches, 4 passenger locomotives, 9 freight locomotives, and shunting locomotives had arrived Lagos, while 2 of the freight locomotives will be transferred to Warri for a project. And I think at this point we need to feel the pulse of Nigerians, because most people are not happy that this this railway business has started giving a lot of issues. Don't forget that train business is not starting just now. In the olden days, it had been there. Then it kickstarted in 2019 when so much money was borrowed from Exim Bank to help facilitate, the rebuilding of the railway business. 2014, it kicked off and all of that. But the truth had been that Nigerians are yet to really enjoy real. Reason being that it is just from one Abuja to Kaduna, but the surrounding states are yet to feel it. The government is working on it. But right now, Nigerians are not happy that something that just started, this railway business, though it has been, but we've started feeling its impact. The population has started feeling its impact fairly recently. And according to the Nigerian Railway Corporation, they said on a monthly basis, they make as much as 200 million naira from, purchase and all of that. Don't forget that in Abuja to Kaduna, it's about 3,000 for normal passenger. For business class, I think it's about 6,000 naira. But right now, Nigerians are like, why has it started, getting bad already? Considering the fact that you told us that this particular railway business or the stuff that are being used is very modernized. Why is it giving issues? Let's just read some reactions and then we will go into further analysis. This one said the train don't break down now. Second-hand train that these guys are importing for double the price of brand new. Why won't it break down? Another person here says the outdated railway they are building in the 21st century is already breaking down. What will now happen in 10 years' time? Other countries are using a high-speed train. We are buying and building archaic ones. These locomotives that we are talking about, if you have a little study about it, you'll notice that the last time it was produced was still by Chinese. And I think that was far back 2011 or so. So it's really not a high-tech thing, you understand? But I think it's best for possibly, the kind of rail we are building. But that's not just what I'm here to discuss. Let's just continue to look at what the people have to say. And this one say, not surprised though, everything in this country in a second hand, even... I don't want to read this one because it's really not too good. All right, let's look at this. He said, the world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. I am not in the world to live up to your expectation, and you are not in the world to live up to mine. So Nigeria needs to wake up and do the right thing. Another person here says, is this not the same project that Amaechi borrowed $7.5 billion from Chinese to implement? We are cost in this country. This one says, even though Buhari has a bunch of incompetent politicians in his cabinet, I consider Chief Wike Amaechi the best among them based on performance. It seems the Ministry of Transport is the only performing ministry under this clueless administration. Well, that is your own opinion. That is not Nigerians' opinion. I know that Amaechi, his ministry has been performing superbly, but the truth of the matter is, personally, if you ask me, I know that the real cannot fix Nigerians' problem economically. Yes, it's a substitute for road and for A. And somehow the pricing is a little bit low. But I feel that fixing the roads should be also top priority of this government. Not just fixing the road, the issue of insecurity should be dealt with. For me, if there's anything that should improve the current situation of this country, was what this administration had in their manifesto, which was that on a yearly basis, they will ensure that refineries are being fixed. That by the end of their tenure, fourth tenure, they will make sure that at least 4 of Nigeria's refineries are being fixed. But guess what? That's not the issue. Today we are looking at the railway, which I'm yet to see any country that are dependent on just transportation to fix major of the economic issues. I'm yet to see such a country. Amaechi is doing a great job, but hey, for me, it's not good enough. I feel that Nigerians should try to bring in their own experts to work with these Chinese, because the truth is Chinese cannot be trusted. As much as we have gotten the loan from them and there are conditions tied to that this thing, Nigerians should try to bring in our own engineers who are, well trained in this kind of business, for them to work alongside with the Chinese to see how we can help fix some of these issues. Because if we continue to leave it in the hands of Chinese, I tell you the truth that very soon the cost of maintaining that train will be, or railway business in Nigeria will be even far bigger than the cost of fixing it. That's the truth. I like to leave it there.